Hi everyone! So in today's third episode of Musings with Muses, I have none other than Rebecca Yu.
Hi!
Rebecca is actually a very close friend of mine. She's also a very good friend of BMF. Yeah, I'm just really happy to have her with us today. So, what have you been up to recently?
As you know, I have been wedding planning.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about. Again, thank you so much BMF for taking care of me on this journey to prepare me as a bride. Lately, I've been really just focusing on time with family. We're also coming out with a new collection for Rinn. Yeah, life has been interesting. I'm still doing my nonprofit work.
Yes.
We recently are coming out with our impact report, and to date, I think we've helped, the number is 857 kids.
Wow! Can you tell me about May's Own? You started May's Own when you were 20, what?
20. This will be May's Own's 10th year, so it originally started as
2014.
2014. It originally started as Love May, which is how I would sign off to my letters to my brothers.
So cute.
But then it became May's Own because it's a pun on the word maison, which means house.
House in French.
I work with a lot of underprivileged, sexually abused. So yeah, I decided to start this when I was about 20 years old. I was still in college. I knew that I wanted to help the Southeast Asian community. I decided to check out the Philippines, and then that became sort of the rest of my life. Manila, we would go to different provinces.
We always have lunch with Becs and other friends, and they're always like, Becs is saving the world, you
and
know,
I'm like,
she's so kind, she's doing this, she's doing that.
No.
So yeah, I think it's really nice to see that you are not just being kind, but you actually stand for it, you know. So I think it's great, it's a good thing.
I think we all do in our own way. It's very conflicting when people are like, oh, you're so kind, what you do is so noble, because it puts philanthropy on a bit of a pedestal, and that's really, really not my intention. I really believe that every little bit counts. I think that we should all aspire in some way or form to really put more good out there in the universe, supporting female-led businesses, like us, like BMF. So I would argue I'm doing this for selfish reasons because this brings so much value to me.
It's because it makes you happy.
It just makes me happy. Exactly. Coming from the background that I come from, the most expensive resource that I've sunk into this is my time.
It's time and effort, not so much about the money, I feel.
When you devote your time to something like this.
Cheers, babe.
I think it has to come from the heart.
For sure, it has to be genuine. Okay.
Your bite is so small.
Cheers! Earlier you mentioned about your family background. So your family founded TCM company, EYS, right? How do you think that's affected the way people view you? And have you ever wanted to join the family business?
I think that my parents are very just follow your passions.
Do they pressure your brothers to join the business, or they're chill?
Just for context, I have 3 older brothers. My eldest brother works with the family business, so he's head of M&A. My second brother is a movie TV producer. And then my third brother works with the family office. So they're all very, very interesting. And I think for me, nonprofit is something that will always be a part of my life. For the family business, I think that it honestly just runs really well.
As it is?
As it is. I didn't really feel like getting involved because I want to prove myself. I need a little bit more time being exposed to the world around me before I join. People could be mean. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, you bird's nest girl. Or also, they're really expensive. So I don't mind. You know? Do you know how expensive ginseng is?
Yeah. I mean, if it comes to...
I own that, ginseng girl. I got this.
Yeah, you're I'm fine being labeled a ginseng girl.
Honestly, I'm having the best time of my life now as an adult. Now that I've learned to trust the people that I have around me. I have a much smaller circle of friends.
I think that's great. Quality over quantity.
Correct.
Sounds cliche, but it's really true.
It's true.
So let's talk about Rinn.
Yeah.
So Becs did this lovely pop-up Rinn thing in November last year, and she chose BMF to be for her first Spa and Sparkles partner. So we're really, really happy to have worked with her on that. So yeah, tell me about Rinn.
I think it's a very, very personal expression from me to the universe. Now that I've given you a little bit of context of like being called the bird's nest girl or the ginseng girl, I'm coming up, my first collection
Is that
will
the
be
collection
based
that you're talking about? Your...
Chinese medicine, like goji berries.
So you'll have like diamonds that are shaped like
Lychee.
goji berries. So
Yeah, I just thought, look, I'm not looking.
embrace it, you know, babe.
Yeah,
you were
like
called
I
like bird nest doll or
and
ginseng
I'm just
doll.
embracing
Great.
it. So
Just, like,
it's
do
really
it.
come like full circle
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Lab-grown diamonds because my boyfriend, now husband, wanted to propose, yet told me that he had saved, you know, X amount of money to buy me a beautiful ring, and I was like, that sounds like a lot. Yeah, but like, why don't we consider lab-grown diamonds? I mean, they're sustainable. So I told my then boyfriend, now husband, honestly, I really want to try and get a lab-grown diamond ring, and that's kind of how the conversation started. And he was like, since you love jewelry so much, why don't you like consider going into this as a business? And now here
So
we
it was
are.
kind of Kin's idea.
It was a lot of pushing from a lot of different things, but the engagement ring, yeah, it was our idea. It was our thing. To me, provenance matters in the sense that I want to make sure my jewelry doesn't have a negative impact on the community.
Okay, so on these two brands, I want to talk a little bit about what are your aspirations for these brands, the future of these brands, and how do you plan to champion women through your work?
I would say I'll often like think back and I'll ask myself like, am I helping? Is what I'm doing still useful?
Yeah.
Is what I'm doing still helpful? Does it make me happy? And if I'm able to answer these questions in a very simple, uncomplicated way, I know I'm kind of on the right track. And with Rinn, it really is so new. I'm using this as a vehicle to like tell my story and express my creativity. I love to draw, and I would like to see these drawings come to life in the form of jewelry.
I think it's great because you are interested in it, it's passion.
Yeah.
I always feel like if you're passionate about something, it will show.
Yeah.
And it's always easier to speak to the community.
Yeah.
So for you and Kin at Rinn, obviously you're like the more front-facing social media. So does he do more like the finance, the
Yeah, he's my
accounts,
math guy. I mean,
Right.
I don't know how to like Excel to save my life. Also, because he has that engineering background, he'll also give me some input. But I would say the most helpful partner in all of this has been my mom. I always say her taste is much better than mine.
Do you have like a role model, or is there anyone who has influenced your journey so much?
The beneficiaries that I work with are very, very inspiring. It's been 10 years, like some people have graduated college at this point. I would say that they are my role models. Like if they can go,
That's so nice.
yeah, if they can do it, then I'm so proud of them. And of course, like my mom's another role model. She just has such an interesting journey. She moved around a lot as a kid, like, and she has a very kind of a nonchalant way of going about things, because I think that I'm a warrior and she is.
I'm a warrior too, babe.
She's just not.
I worry whether
She
it's
just
gonna
doesn't
rain,
worry.
even though it's
Yeah.
sunny. So last but not least, is there anything special you'd like to impart to our viewers here?
I would say whatever you do it with kindness. Whether you're starting on your entrepreneurial journey and you want to be the best at whatever it is that you're going to choose to do, please consider how you can express kindness with this. So there's that, and I hope that that was helpful. And thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming today. I had a really nice
Thanks
time
for
talking to
having
you.
me.